So a common challenge that someone can have is that they can end up spending time around people who are negative. And this can obviously drain them and make it hard for them to experience inner balance, to focus, and to basically feel good about themselves. And probably a number of months ago now, a friend of mine did a video touching upon this, and it's called Running Away from Negativity. And this is a video that I thought really nailed it, because he doesn't go into about how important it is to simply get away from all negativity. And I will share that video a bit later on, but I think when it comes down to being around negative people, especially if someone has the tendency to be around people like this, they can obviously have the need to find a solution. And one answer that is often put forward is to simply run away, to get away from them, and to remove all negativity. So someone's got all this crap in their house, and it's just remove it, get rid of it all. But the trouble is, and someone may find this to be the case, is that they can remove negative people, but unless they change themselves, then they can find that negative people start to come back in again. And as my friend says in the video, I don't want to give too much away, but as he says in the video, that there is lots of negative people around. So unless we go to another planet, then we're not going to be able to completely remove them. But I remember something that Osho has said, and I think he says this in a lot of his books, is that when we be with the negativity, and my interpretation is when we work through our own baggage and issues and trauma, then a lot of the negativity around us will simply subside and disappear. So his way of doing things is not to get rid of things and to use physical force, because to me that's like cutting off a weed. Yeah, remove it, remove the weed, get it out of the way. But soon, because the root is still there, it's going to come back up again. And it's similar to what happens in our own lives, is that unless we deal with the root, what is going on within us, deep within our being, then we can remove what appears on top, so the people. But over time it will just keep coming back up. So it can be easy to get caught up in the very masculine approach, willpower, force, and remove things out of the way. But they're just going to reappear if we don't deal with what's going on at a deeper level. So I think this shows how important it is not to simply think, right, I've got all these negative people in my life, let's remove them. Instead of doing that, someone can think, right, what's going on for me in order for me to attract these experiences, these people continually? What have I got to learn here? Because if we just remove these things, then we're not going to get the message, and then it becomes a battle, conflict, resistance. And as I say, what we resist persists. So if we try and resist something, we're fueling it, we're giving it more energy. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at this great video that my friend did.
Do you have anyone in your life right now that always seems to be up to their eyeballs in some type of drama? They're always stressed. They're always moaning about this and moaning about that. There's always a problem. They're always talking bad about someone. If you've got someone like that in your life, my advice to you is to be very careful, because what that person is doing is they're draining you and they're taking your energy to the point where I guarantee that if you spend too much time around them, they will always leave you just feeling tired and almost pessimistic. And if you're not careful, after a while, you might notice that you're even starting to sound a bit like them. Like whenever they're in your company, you might always start moaning and you start feeling extra stressed. Now, a lot of people would suggest that you remove yourself from such negative people. Now, the problem I have with that advice is, well, what if that person's your parent? What if it's your child? You're not going to be able to just remove yourself from that situation. It's not always so easy to just escape a negative situation. You might actually work with very negative colleagues that leave you feeling this way. What are you going to do? Just hand in your notice? Just try and get another job? Like, you might be stuck in that situation. So what I do is I help people transcend negativity rather than trying to escape it all the time. Because the last time I looked, the world was full of a lot of negative people. So what are you going to be doing? Like running from one place to the next, continually avoiding negative people. You'll be tired. You'll wear yourself out. Running is not the answer. What we need to do is understand how to transcend that negativity. So you could even be in a group of negative people, all moaning, complaining and being stressful, but their energy won't influence you. You will always be able to transcend it to a certain degree. Now don't get me wrong, if it is possible for you to remove yourself from a situation that is like very negative, then yeah, of course, definitely do so. But what I'm saying is it's not always possible. It really isn't always possible. So for the cases where it isn't possible, I will give you the necessary tools to help you deal with those situations more effectively without taking on board all of the energies that are being directed at you. For more information about what I do and how what I do can help you, please visit my website or feel free to send me a message. Thank you.